The restaurant owner's wife had a strange habit. Every day during peak hours, she would let a beggar in to eat. His stench would immediately drive away hundreds of customers. But the owner's wife didn't care at all. She sat next to the beggar in a cheapao and told him to eat slowly. If it wasn't enough, she told the chef to make more. The beggar, who had been starving for 8 days, got so emotional he let out 80 loud farts, then awkwardly got up to leave. Seeing this, the owner's wife quickly called him back, looked him in the eyes for a moment, then pulled out $1,000 and told him to buy some clean clothes. She even offered him a job at the restaurant, saying it wouldn't make him rich, but at least he'd have food and shelter. But she never imagined this simple act of kindness would one day bring her immense fortune, because this filthy beggar used to be a world-renowned culinary master. Back in the day during the Global Chef Championship, he crushed every opponent, but suddenly failed in the final because his mentor secretly bet on his opponent and ordered him to throw the match, promising him $1 billion reward afterward. But the beggar refused to take the bribe, which completely enraged his mentor, who then ordered his men to smash his right hand on the spot, making sure he could never cook again. On top of that, his mentor even held his mother's keepsake as leverage. Left with no choice, the beggar had to follow orders. On the day of the competition, he burned a plate of fried rice on purpose and lost the match. But even though he lost, his mentor still wouldn't let him go. To make sure he could never return to the kitchen, he ruthlessly crippled his hand for good, forcing him into a life of begging. To survive, he would sneak into restaurants and scavenge leftovers. The staff were sick of him, but the owner's wife never once kicked him out, and even let him wash dishes for work. One day, the restaurant was packed, but the head chef refused to work and demanded a $3,000 raise, or he'd quit immediately. The owner's wife refused and had his apprentice take over. But as soon as the dishes were served, the customers were furious because the apprentice's cooking was terrible. Chaos broke out, and the customers stormed out. Only then did the owner's wife realize how serious it was. Even though she knew the chef was playing games, she still wouldn't bow to him, declaring she'd rather shut down the place than let a shameless chef win. Just then, a notorious local mob boss showed up, demanding to rent out the whole place for a feast, and pressed her to serve food quickly. Left with no choice, the owner's wife begged the chef to cook one last time and promised to give him $5,000 after that. But the chef refused, insisting he would only stay for a raise, or else he'd leave immediately. The owner's wife looked coldly at him, but everyone around her advised her to accept reality. Seeing her hesitation, the chef pretended to walk away. The owner's wife quickly stopped him and agreed to his demand. But at that moment, the beggar standing in the corner suddenly spoke up.